all set up. I have to apologize right off to all of my outdoor people who like to go hiking, who like to go camping, and all of that, because what I'm about to say and some of the analogies that I'm going to use, you probably cannot relate to, so I'm going to ask for your patience and your kindness. Because me, myself, I understand the meaning of hiking and camping and all of that. I just do not like it. I just do not want to do it. And it's not that I cannot do it. I think I can do it. I think I am in shape to do it. I just do not want to do it. We have a priest in our community in California who loves hiking. And every year he talks about it and tries to get me to go, but I always refuse, and he realizes now that I will never do that, only because I just do not want to. So, if I do this, I am the type of person who will participate, and I am strong enough to participate, but you do that thing we all do when we're doing something that we don't want to do. We all get pouty. And as we go along and get pouty, what happens is we try to ruin the whole thing for everybody else as we go along by complaining and just oh, this is terrible and all of that. So that is what we do. And this is kind of normal. So, in the first book of Kings, Elijah and I are on the same page. God says to Elijah, I want you to go a day's journey into the desert. And Elijah goes off. At the end of the day, he finds a tree and just says, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me. I'm done. Finished. Can't stand this. I'm in the desert for one day. I'm with Elijah on that. Complete drama queen. Complete drama queen. Elijah is. Because it's only one day. We can all do, I can do one day. We can all do one day. But for Elijah, it was it. No more. Done. Elijah goes to sleep. Angel comes along, wakes him up, wake up. Here's some bread and water. Okay. So Elijah eats the bread and water, not bread, well, some food, bread and water, whatever it is. Hearth cake and jug of water. Okay, eats it, lays back down, goes back to sleep. Angel comes back again. He wakes him up, says, get up. And this time the angel says, get up and eat, else the journey will be too long for you. We've seen that you can only go a day. So we are going to have to go, we're going to have to work on you a little bit. So here, eat this food. Okay, second time Elijah eats it. He got up, ate, drank, then strengthened by that food, he walked 40 days and 40 nights, and we don't hear a peep from him. Something happened. It was in that food that allowed Elijah's attitude and strength to totally change. All right, good food. And speaking of good food then, Jesus says, I am the bread that came down from heaven. And the first thing that people did when they heard this and they heard Jesus' words is they murmured. Now, murmuring is once again something that's easy to relate to, at least I can, because murmuring is kind of a strange mix of complaining, of backstabbing, of not believing. It's a whole mixture of stuff in a murmur, and because it's such a mixture and it is a murmur, we even know a murmur is lower. So when we murmur, and I do this all the time too. In other words, when people say something that I don't believe, I'm not strong enough. You don't say, well, you know, you're an idiot, you're crazy. I don't, you know, you got to have some type of nicety about you, I guess, being a Christian. So you murmur. You say something under your breath. Well, this is stupid. No, I can't get it. This is never going to work. This can't possibly happen. I don't really like this, or I can't do that, or this, we've tried this. But you notice when we're together and we're murmuring, even when the person is not there that we are murmuring about, we lower our voice. We murmur. We doubt. Now, Elijah did not murmur. He cried out his disgust. Sometimes, though, we murmur our disgust. Jesus said, stop murmuring among yourselves. Don't do that. I am the bread of life. I will help you. I will get you along. I will be with you. And whoever eats this bread will live forever. And the flesh that I will give is for the life of the world. It is a flesh for the journey. But what journey? Where are we going and what are we to do? What do you mean, what journey? Okay, here we go. Here comes the journey. Take a deep breath because we're going to have to go to the letter of St. Paul to the Ephesians. Here's what we are to do. We are to leave this place. And here's what we are to do. First, the negative. We've got to get rid of as we go along. Here comes the list. It's a Pauline list. Bitterness, fury, anger, shouting, reviling, and malice. 6 things. Those are heavy 6 things. We carry these things with us. And you know what? They're pretty easy. See, now that would kind of be in my backpack. All of this kind of stuff. All of the things that people have done to me. All of the pain that I have suffered, I like to keep and I carry with me. Because those are important things. Because I like to show them off. I would like to tell you how I have suffered. I would like to show you the scars of my life. And I would like to talk to you about all the people that have hurt me, and I can talk to and say bad things. I will murmur about these people. And now Jesus is saying, on this journey, you throw these things off. Okay, but more stuff to do. As we're doing this, here's what we're to do. Be kind to one another, compassionate, forgiving, and, hard one, imitators of God. You got to imitate God. Our whole life is to be transformed. That is hard work. And if we try that, and we all try that, we'll never make it. It's just impossible. All of this kind of work is impossible. But you know what? Sometimes we do try it. All of us as Christians, every once in a while we get this in our head, and we can do it not only for Christianity, we can do it for anything. I'm going to start dieting. I'm going to start exercising. I'm going to start reading books. I am going to only listen to classical music. I'm only going to do this. I'm going to improve myself that. I'm going to pray this time, and I'm going to be this kind of good Christian. We kind of set ourselves up to say, okay, on the road to sainthood, I've got to do this, this, and this. And we map it out. There it is. All I got to do is that. And we wake up and we do it for a while. But after a while, just like Elijah, after a day's journey, we say, forget it. I'm not doing any of this. Sometimes I don't want to be nice. Sometimes I don't want to be kind or compassionate. I'm tired of it. I'd prefer to hold on to my bitterness and my anger. That is more comforting. So today, St. Paul says, no. There's something more here than meets the eye. It is the body and blood of Christ. And here's the important thing. Elijah, on his own, could hardly make a day's journey. But with the help of heavenly food, he went 40 days and 40 nights. Now, for us then, as Catholics, we come to this table to receive the body and blood of Christ. A heavenly gift. A gift that is fantastic. So, it's always here. You can find a Catholic church in this city that has a Mass every day. And we have to come to this table often. It is necessary. We do not have the strength to continue the journey without this food. Now we get busy and forget about that. Okay, and when that happens, when we start feeling angry and shouting and reviling and we're unforgiving, it's time to eat. It's time to come and receive the food that will restore. But there's just one more fine print here, a little bit more. And that is, when we eat the food here, we eat the body and blood of Christ, we have to go outside and we have to really make an effort to get on the journey. And here's what I mean. We can come in here every day, or you can go to a Catholic church every day, and before the Mass say a rosary, then go to communion, and then go back outside and be the most reprehensible, awful person that's ever lived. You can. We have that ability. And there is nothing worse than Catholic Christians who, after receiving the body and blood of Christ, are angry, bitter, and spiteful. And you know what? Sometimes we all fall into that. What happens here has not moved us at all. So, we now have the challenge. We come here and receive this body and blood of Christ, and when we leave this church, we have to say, I am going on a journey. And this journey is to be a better person, and I'm going to be better to other people. And we go for a while, and we're going to get tired. Always come back here. Do never, never leave this. Go to your prayers. Come back to this table, and then leave again. Because here's the good news. Right here, right now, Elijah and those angels are circling around us right now, and they're saying, guess what? I am going to give you some heavenly food. Now, eat this and go on the journey. And if you choose to go on the journey, some wonderful things will happen.